he hang in there and he took tremendous punishment to get coming back?
I knew I wasn't going to be able to outpower him because my first time coming up to 200. So I knew I had to use the gifts that God gave me. Speed, power, movement, point selection, and IQ. That's exactly what I did.
Got all out.
I just want to give you a nice opportunity. Now let's see how we're together.
God damn, I'm gonna get fucked up, baby. The best fights I've ever seen in my life. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'm getting loaded.
What are your thoughts on the fight?
They call him the Mexican monster for a reason.
That was crazy. Were you expecting that?
I was expecting Zurdo to be able to go to 12 because Zurdo has never been stopped before. Or not that I remember him. I don't think he's been stopped before. But he's tough, But I mean, David's much stronger at cruiserweight than he was at 175 and 168. Like much stronger. You can see in his speed, and he's not killing himself. You can tell.
Were you impressed that Ramirez came back after the fourth round when it looked like it was over?
Honestly, I mean, he's a warrior, bro. I mean, dude, the year coming where he got hurt. He kept trying.
I'm just very happy with this, and I just want to keep fighting against the best in the world and keep cementing my greatness. Everybody doubts me over and over and over and over again, but that's what I like. I like when people doubt me because then I get to come in here and show you guys what I'm really made of. So I just want to tell you thank you so much. I love every single one of you, and this is a blessing just to be here with you guys. So thank you so much. I feel that I'm really starting to come into my own. Everything I speak, I do. You know what I mean? I said I was going to beat David Morrell. I said I was going to beat Caleb Plant. I said I was going to beat Yard. I said I was going to beat Zurdo Ramirez. So I'm just getting, a lot of confidence in myself. And back then I thought it was a dream that I could become a great. And now I know for sure that this is my destiny. And I'm just very, very happy that I'm able to have this type of performance in Cinco de Mayo in the United States. My last fight was in Saudi Arabia. Had a great performance out there too. And it's just, just a blessing to be able to follow it up with this type of performance in the United States on Cinco de Mayo.
Watching Gilberto Ramirez, a former world champion once viewed as nearly unstoppable, being carried out of T-Mobile Arena on a stretcher was a shocking and emotional moment. The bright arena lights, the stunned silence of the crowd, and the feeling of devastation created a deeply unsettling scene. But some believe the most disturbing part wasn't the knockout itself. It may have been the signs that appeared long before the fight even started. Away from the cameras and inside training camp, there may have been hints of mental exhaustion and self-doubt, suggesting that the true battle was already slipping away before the opening bell ever rang.
Ladies and gentlemen, big 6th-round KO from David Benavidez versus Zurdo Ramirez. Cinco de Mayo weekend. Definitely a great fight. But wow. David Benavidez knocks down Zurdo Ramirez in the 4th round. And then continuously, throwing crazy combinations. I mean, I'm talking about 6-piece combinations, real close range. Zurdo Ramirez came into the fight strong, came in there with his front foot. He came in there pressing the action, but David Benavidez's speed combinations was just way too much. Shout out to Zurdo Ramirez. Hell of a chin on him, man. I mean, I'm telling you, he took so many big shots. David Benavidez ended up closing his eye, and he really just couldn't take any more. But big shout outs to, Jaime Munguia as well, beating Resendiz for the WBA title. And now you have David Benavidez, a 3-division champion. I mean, what's next? We seen Canelo Alvarez in the building for Jaime Munguia, but was nowhere to be found on the main event. David Benavidez called him out, let everybody know, listening to fans, do you want this fight? He's calling out Monstro. The fans are calling out Monstro. It was definitely a great performance.
Just days before facing one of the sport's most dangerous opponents, Gilberto Ramirez made a surprising admission during Fight Week media sessions. At a time when fighters usually project confidence and invincibility, Ramirez revealed that he might only have 1 or 2 fights left in his career, a comment that immediately raised concern and caught the attention of the boxing world.
And I know that you mentioned you are thinking of only fighting 2 more times. With that being said, what is your really dream matchup in the sport of boxing before you retire?
I don't know. Let's find out. But I have this Saturday, this coming fight Saturday, and then who knows?
Yeah. And lastly, what can fans expect Saturday night, and what do you really want your legacy to be when it's all said and done one day?
They have to expect a war. It will be a war this fight, and I will raise my hand with my belt for the winner.
What about the legacy?
My legacy, I already have legacy, and probably I will do more.
Completely. Well, thank you so much.
In boxing, talking about retirement while preparing for a major fight is often seen as a dangerous mindset. Ahead of a high-stakes Cinco de Mayo showdown, Gilberto Ramirez appeared to already be thinking about life after boxing instead of staying fully locked in on the challenge ahead. To many observers, it felt like his sharp competitive edge was fading even before he stepped into the ring.
And it was the way that David Benavidez beat Gilberto Ramirez tonight. You know, Terrence versus Canelo, that was his own masterclass. Shakur versus Tio, you know, Inoue beat Nakatani, Usyk and Fury, all really good performances, don't get me wrong, but that's what the fuck I'm talking about. What David Benavidez just did to Gilberto Ramirez. I said in the breakdown after the weigh-in that yesterday, expect some James Toney-like stuff from David Benavidez. I didn't think he'd dispatch of him in 6 rounds. This was his best performance yet. I think the pacing he had in this fight was brilliant. Knowing he was up in weight, he didn't throw too many punches too early, and he relied on his defense a lot. Did some good James Toney-like defense, paced himself, found his jab, and then the hand speed ringside was absolutely insane. I mean, he's one of the fastest fighters in boxing of any weight class, but to have hand speed like that at 200 pounds, the dexterity on the punches, he hurts Zurdo by switching southpaw in the 4th round, hits him with a straight left hand, then follows it up with ridiculous combinations. I mean, electrifying stuff, you know, like Sugar Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya type fucking combinations, and eventually drops him with a right hand, hitting him with every punch in the book. The left hook in the inside was money, and just puts together some beautiful offense. He is one of the most offensively prolific fighters in the game.
The contrast between the 2 training camps was hard to ignore. While his opponent trained with complete focus and determination, Gilberto Ramirez appeared to already be thinking about life beyond boxing, imagining a quieter future away from brutal workouts and intense sparring. In a sport as unforgiving as boxing, even a small shift in mentality can make a fighter vulnerable once the fight begins.
And the fans like what they came to see. So, you know, there was a lot of talk this week about, is he really a real Mexican and all that stuff. Look, Julio Cesar Chavez was on the fence about it when I asked him back in Thursday after the press conference. I don't think he's on the fence now. He hugged David Benavidez in the ring right after the fight. So this kid has a chance, this man has a chance to be the best Mexican-American fighter since Oscar De La Hoya. He's that good. He has that kind of scintillating hand speed like Oscar had in combination punching. But Zurdo, he tried to give, and I said before the fight, Zurdo was accepting his role as a supporting actor, and that's exactly what he did in this fight. He tried to give David his own medicine in rounds 2 and 3 and had some success doing it. He gave David some of his own medicine. He pressured him, he pressed him as the bigger man, tried to take away some of his range, but unfortunately for him, David Benavidez is an excellent inside fighter. And whenever he wanted to, he would pick his spots with combinations. The short left hook couldn't miss. There was times, even on the inside, he would find the dexterity to hit him with a power jab. So, and people always talk about David squaring his feet up, but he makes it work for him in a way that's very creative and dynamic. And that's why he even went as far as switching southpaw a couple times. So then into the 6th round, Benavidez, after dropping him in the 4th, went back to pacing himself. I think this was the best he ever paced himself in a fight, better than David Morrell or Caleb Plant or any of those fights. And part of it was he had a much more stationary target in front of him. Guys like Vosdick, guys like Morrell, Yard, Plant, even Andrade, who he knocked out in the same amount of rounds. These guys all...
Once the fight started, David Benavidez quickly took complete control over Gilberto Ramirez. His speed, pressure, and non-stop combinations made the fight feel one-sided from the beginning. Round after round, Benavidez pushed Ramirez backward with powerful hooks and uppercuts, leaving little room to recover or respond. By the sixth round, the outcome felt unavoidable, and when the finishing shots landed, the former champion was completely overwhelmed.
And I'm just very happy with this. I worked my ass off for this camp. I trained 5 months in training camp for this because I knew Zurdo Ramirez was a warrior, and I knew that he was not going to let go of his titles willingly. So, you know, I knew the risks. I knew what I was capable of. I went up there, I told everybody that I wanted to stop Zurdo Ramirez, and that's exactly what I did. And here I am, and I'm just very happy with this, and I just want to keep fighting against the best in the world and keep cementing my greatness. You know, everybody doubts me over and over and over and over again, but that's what I like. You know, I like when people doubt me because then I get to come in here and show you guys what I'm really made of. So I just want to tell you thank you so much. I love every single one of you, and this is a blessing just to be here with you guys. So thank you so much.
The moment the referee stopped the fight, the atmosphere inside the arena changed instantly. Viral clips showed medical staff rushing to assist Gilberto Ramirez as tension replaced the usual post-fight excitement. The crowd fell into an uneasy silence while medics worked around the ring, and the reality of the sport suddenly felt much more serious. As Ramirez was placed on a stretcher and taken to a nearby hospital, the focus shifted away from victory and toward concern for his health.
The gifts are coming. Speed, power, movement, point selection, and IQ. That's exactly what I did. Got to go around. I just want to Zurdo, ¿estás bien? Zurdo, ¿todo bien? Está bien, nomás mucho no. Start moving back, moving back. ¿Qué quieres, amigo? Yo sé la cuestión.
The crowd fell silent as the harsh reality of boxing unfolded in front of them. Losing titles is one thing, but seeing Gilberto Ramirez struggle to handle the relentless pressure of a younger and hungrier opponent made the situation far more troubling inside the ring.
Benavidez. David Benavidez is fucking special. David Benavidez is everything you want in a fighter. You talking speed, aggression, defense. And think about his defense, right? He's not moving around the ring. He stands right there in front of you. And he's willing to take a shot. He's going to block some shot, but he's willing to take a shot. And he's going to shoot his load every time. Combinations, power, just utter savagery. Oh my God, this guy is so special. Such a beautiful fighter to watch. It's like watching Picasso. The ring is this man's canvas. What he just did to Zurdo Ramirez was special. But if you watch Zurdo throughout his career, you knew what was going to happen. Like, if you really watched the two fighters, you knew what was going to happen. I never rated Zurdo that high. Respectable fighter. But I never thought he was that good. Resume was a little inflated. You look at his resume, like, as far as top guys or names, like, who did he really fight? What does he really bring to the table? When you watch Benavidez, you know, you see it. You see who he fought. You see what he does to fighters. I say that to say, if you watch these two, you knew what the outcome was. And it proved to be true. David fucking Benavidez. Take a bow, young man. Take a bow. God damn.
Many dedicated boxing fans felt they saw the warning signs long before the fight even happened. Across forums and online discussions, people heavily criticized Gilberto Ramirez's pre-fight comments about retirement, believing it showed a dangerous mindset heading into a tough matchup with David Benavidez. A lot of fans argued that once a fighter starts thinking about life after boxing before the fight begins, they are already mentally vulnerable. Because of that, many predicted not just a loss, but one-sided defeat, feeling the signs were obvious even from watching interviews and media appearances.
Beautiful. It was, look, I mean, that's the way I called it, is the buzzsaw of Benavidez, punches and bunches. And the only shot that Zurdo had was kind of, throw a punch right in the center. So obviously the speed was too much. Benavidez was too much. The monster's here for a long time, so very proud of him. But the whole night from top to bottom was excellent. Probably one of the best cards we've ever put.
Absolutely. What do you think is next for Benavidez? What would you like to see? I thought we couldn't hear back here, but maybe he was talking about b-ball. Is that something that looks like is coming up next?
He's got many options. He's got many options. So I think right now he is the man at that weight class. So whoever's going to fight him has to wait in line, because there's several fighters like b-ball, like all the top guys. So including just all the world champions. But Benavidez right now is the man.
While one career came to a sudden halt, another rose sharply as David Benavidez left the ring as a dominant force, adding cruiserweight titles and becoming a multi-division world champion. The win, coming on a major holiday weekend, only amplified the moment and strengthened his position at the top of the sport. He didn't just secure victory. He completely overwhelmed Gilberto Ramirez, exposing a clear gap in intensity and readiness. The fight highlighted the difference between a fighter fully committed to the moment and one who appeared to be nearing the end of his journey, making the outcome feel less like a competitive contest and more like an expected result.